In the quiet corners of our hearts, we all carry our own secret sorrows. The pain of loss can be a weighty burden, the sting of losing a job, the ache of a broken relationship, the hollowness left by the departure of a loved one, or the struggle with sickness. Yet it is in these moments of deep pain and despair that we find the strength to rise again, finding hope in the most unexpected places. Consider the story of Joshua. After the death of Moses, Joshua had to step into some rather large shoes. He was tasked with leading the Israelites into the Promised Land, a responsibility that was both a privilege and a burden. Yet Joshua chapter 1 verse 9 reads, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous, do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." In this verse we find an assurance of hope and strength, even in times of great change and uncertainty. Joshua's courage wasn't born out of his own power, but from the knowledge that he was not alone. Now let's turn our attention to the book of Judges. The story of Gideon, a man who felt weak and insignificant, stands out. In Judges chapter 6 verse 12, the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon and said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." Gideon couldn't believe it. He felt the least and the weakest. Yet in this verse we see that our strength doesn't come from our abilities, but from the presence of the Lord in our lives. Finally, we come to the book of Ruth. Ruth was a woman who lost everything, her husband, her home, her security. Yet Ruth, chapter 1 verse 16 presents us with a powerful declaration of commitment and love. "Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God." In the face of loss, Ruth chose to cling to Naomi, her mother-in-law, and to venture into an unknown future with faith. Her story reminds us that even in the midst of loss, we can find the strength to make brave decisions and embrace new beginnings. So what can we glean from these stories? First, like Joshua, we must remember that we are not alone. Even in the darkest valleys, we walk with the assurance that the Lord is with us, giving us the strength to be strong and courageous. Second, like Gideon, we must recognize that our strength doesn't come from our abilities, but from the presence of the Lord in our lives. We are stronger than we think, not because of who we are, but because of whose we are. And third, like Ruth, we must have the courage to embrace new beginnings, even when they come from painful endings. We can choose to cling to hope, to venture into the unknown, and to find our security in the Lord. In the face of loss, pain, and change, remember these stories. Let them serve as a reminder that you have the strength to overcome, the courage to press on, and the faith to embrace new beginnings. You are not alone. You are stronger than you think. And there is always hope for a new beginning. Remember, the pain you're feeling today is just the dark before the morning. The dawn is coming. Hold on, keep hope alive, and trust in the journey.